Jay-Z is suing everybody. What's up? It's your boy Heaven Hollywood back on IE Network. This is the Heaven Hollywood Report, and let's get to it. And a new lawsuit. Jay-Z is now suing the woman who accused him of grape. All right? And his lawsuit says that she voluntarily admitted that her claim was false and influenced by attorney Tony Buzbee. Now, this is a new lawsuit that was just filed yesterday. All right? Some of the lawsuit says Doe appears to be suffering from personal and financial hardship. She lost custody of her children and her parents, who on information and belief support Doe. Recently filed for bankruptcy protection. Desperate to obtain a payday, Doe hired the Buzbee law firm, which has a long history of whipping up a media frenzy with vague and sensational claims against public figures, to extort payments from Mr. Carter under the threat of devastating harm to his reputation. As discussed below, Doe first attempted to extort Mr. Carter through an extortionate demand letter and an anonymous lawsuit, both from Buzbee. When Mr. Carter refused to capitulate to Doe's baseless demands, Doe doubled down by using the justice system to attempt to ruin Mr. Carter. By formally naming Mr. Carter in a complaint, making horrific false allegations, and when that also failed, Doe resorted to defaming Mr. Carter on global television. A simple Google or public record search of Doe by Buzbee and Fortney, who was the other lawyer, would have casted doubt on her credibility by revealing that, among the other things, less than 90 days before sending the demand letter, she had been in court on mental health-related issues in connection with her second-degree assault charge and had her bail revoked for failing a drug test. She has several mental health disorders and takes multiple medications according to testimony from her psychiatrist laid bare in her public court records. She made 3 other sexual assault allegations which were either dropped or dismissed by courts. All right? They filed this in a Alabama court. So Jay-Z, Sean Corey Carter, and he's the plaintiff, and Anthony Buzbee, David Fortney, Anthony G. Buzbee, LP, the Buzbee law firm, and Jane Doe are the defendants. Jay-Z is not playing around. He says that she admitted when he has sent investigators to her house, she admitted that this was all a lie and she was prompt to do it by Tony Buzbee. This is huge. Jay-Z is not taking his foot off their neck, right? The interview with the woman is apparently what Jay-Z's lawyer referred to in court last week when they said new evidence could save their extortion claim against Buzbee. This is what they're talking about. Now, Tony Buzbee, of course, has come out pretty much with the same stuff. He wants to always try to make it seem as though he's getting bullied. Tony Buzbee is a multimillionaire. He has a big practice. Stop using words, triggering words like bully and intimidate. You can't be bullied. That's all you've been doing to other celebrities. It's bully and intimidate. How dare you come out and try to say somebody's bullying you? See, it's no fun when the cat got, what was it, when the cat got the gun? Or whatever they say, whatever that statement is. So when the rabbit, no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Here's what Tony Buzbee said. After speaking with Jane Doe today, it's clear to me that the quotes attributed to her in the lawsuit are completely made up, or they spoke to someone who isn't Jane Doe. Right? So they're saying that this new case alleges the same claims as the other one they pieced together and filled in Los Angeles. Like the one in LA, this new case in Alabama also has no legal merit. So they try to act like everything that Jay-Z and his lawyers say have absolutely no merit. Sean Carter's investigators have repeatedly harassed, threatened, and harangued this poor woman for weeks. This poor woman, trying to intimidate her and make her recant her story. She hasn't and won't. Instead, she has stated repeatedly she stands by her claims. These same group of investigators have been caught on tape. Now, he's saying these are the same people caught on tape offering to pay people to sue me and my firm. After speaking with Jane Doe today, it's clear to me that the quotes attributed to her in the lawsuit are completely made up, or they spoke to someone who isn't Jane Doe. This is just another attempt to intimidate and bully this poor woman that we will deal with in due course. We won't be bullied or intimidated by frivolous cases. So he's still saying that the case is frivolous. Yet and still, what they're trying to make out is Buzbee, the declaration from Jane Doe that says, although I ultimately chose not to pursue them, I stand by my claims in the New York action and believe that I had a meritorious claim against Jay-Z. So she's saying, oh, she just withdrew the case because she felt as though her life was in danger, right? I am over 18, she declares. I am the individual referred to as Jane Doe in the action, Jane Doe, Sean Combs. I'm also an individual identified as Jane Doe in the demand letter sent to the defendant. I was granted permission to proceed under a pseudonym in New York action. She says, I have personal knowledge of the facts and forth herein which are known by me to be true and correct. And if called as a witness, I could and would completely testify. This declaration is submitted in support of the defendants, the Buzbee law firm, Anthony G. Buzbee. She's basically saying that she withdrew the claim because she was getting threatened by people saying they're connected to Jay-Z. And she was afraid of the backlash from Jay-Z's fans. Right? But she's not mentioning these 3 previous lawsuits that happened right before this thing with Jay-Z. Now, again, does that mean that all of the other lawsuits were false, that this was false? No, it doesn't necessarily mean that, but it gives a pattern of saying, if those were false, why isn't this one false? If the other ones didn't happen with people, it got dismissed or thrown out with people not as big as Jay-Z, then why would anyone believe this one? That Jay-Z would be that, so someone with the importance of Jay-Z would be that dumb and careless that he would do that out in the open, knowing that it would come back and bite him someday, or could come back and bite him someday. So Jay-Z is letting it be known he's not taking his foot off of these people's neck. She says, on Friday, February 21st, I was approached at my home by 2 individuals, a woman and a large man. They concerned me, my front porch, and told me that they are investigators working with an attorney on behalf of Jay-Z. So they went and said they working on behalf of Jay-Z. Did she tape this? Now, everybody, before Tory Buzbee said on video, did they have them on video saying that? They asked me if I'd be willing to sign an affidavit stating that my claims in New York action were false. I refused. They also asked me if Mr. Buzbee sought me out as a client and whether Mr. Buzbee offered to pay me to pursue a false claim. Because Jay-Z, I told them neither, and those things never happened, and I asked them to leave me alone. I felt intimidated and terrified at being confronted by these 2 individuals at my doorstep, and that they knew my name and home address, despite me being anonymous in the New York action. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't Alex Spiro and Jay-Z know who this Jane Doe is? The public just doesn't know. So why would she say, oh, I'm surprised they knew who I was if they're investigators working for Jay-Z, because I'm not known to the public. But I thought in those cases, the lawyer knows who it is. So if the lawyer knows who it is and Jay-Z knows who it is, because they have to know due to her being the defendant, why would she be surprised at them at her doorstep? Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know. Does Jay-Z and them know who she is? Or would it be if they decided the case was going to trial, that's when they would find out who she is? Let me know down in the comments. But, it's now a case of Jay-Z saying that she admitted to lying and Tony Buzbee saying, no, she didn't. So it's practically their word against each other. And then all this is going to come out in court. All this will come out in court. All right? I'm going to go over the entire lawsuit during my live. But y'all let me know what you think about this down below. It's your boy, Heaven Hollywood, for the IE Network. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share the video with your friends.